Welcome to Google Ads Unleashed, the podcast that helps you harness the power of Google Ads. And now your host, Jeremy Young.
Hello and welcome back to Google Ads Unleashed, guys. Hope everyone is doing fabulously this Monday morning and is going through summer unscathed, because for most businesses, of course, summer is a time where it's maybe not as busy, and that's okay, because that gives us the time to do some really fancy stuff and to do some house cleaning in our ad accounts. And today's episode is exactly about that, about one practical tip which I really want to show you and which I wanted to share with you, because it's been an absolute game changer to find some massive inefficiencies in ad accounts. And the keyword here is an n-gram analysis. What on earth is an n-gram? So basically an n-gram is a language analysis model, right? So, and basically what it does is you try and find patterns within your search terms which produce anomalies in the ad account. Typically, we have a problem as Google Ads advertisers, and that is when we look at shopping, when we look at search, very often, we do, like for instance, we do negative keyword research on a weekly basis. We have scripts for it. We use all sorts of tools, but you have thousands of search terms usually, right? Especially with shopping campaigns, you have thousands upon thousands of search terms every single week. It is absolutely impossible to go through all of them. So you need to use some tools to figure out how to effectively negate certain search terms to get the optimal result. And the reality is we don't have time to just manually do that, nor do we have the mental capacity to actually understand patterns in our search terms. A very common example, for instance, which I get asked a lot, is should I negate my competitors' names? Should I negate Amazon? Should I negate W words such as what, why, whatever, etc., etc.? And the answer is, I don't know. It depends, right? Sometimes these kinds of search terms convert, sometimes they don't. And I like to follow the evidence. And the evidence is an n-gram analysis. So let's explain first. So what this is for and what an n-gram is. So like I said already, an n-gram analysis is basically a language analysis model. N-grams are words or a combination of words broken down by the number of words in that combination. Sounds really complicated, but I'm going to give you an example. You can do this with anything, right? You can do this with your search terms. You can do this with books. You can do this with anything. And you can break it down in so-called unigrams, which is one word, bigrams, which is two words, or trigrams and quadruplegrams and so on. I'm not even sure if it's called quadruplegrams, because there's usually no point in making more than a trigram or a bigram or a unigram analysis. And I'm going to give you an example in a sentence. So I've got a sentence here that is, hi there, everyone. Okay, that's the sentence. Hi there, everyone. 3 words, okay? If I did an n-gram analysis on this sentence, I would have 3 unigrams because it contains 3 unique words. Hi, there, and everyone. If I did an n-gram analysis and look for bigrams in here, I actually have 2 bigrams in there. The words hi there is one combination, and there everyone. That's 2 bigrams, okay? In theory, I'd have a 3rd bigram as well, and that would be hi everyone, right? So hi there everyone, and hi everyone. So that in theory, I have 3 bigrams here. Basically, words that occur in any combination in the sentence. Usually, though, you would want them in consecutive order. So you would have, traditionally, you would say you'd have only 2 bigrams there. So again, the full sentence is hi there, everyone. And the 2 bigrams are hi there and there, everyone. If I did a trigram analysis, I would have just one, which would be hi there, everyone. It's the full sentence, right? So the idea is you want to look at a big sample of words, and your search term is a big sample of words, especially if you go on all time. You will probably see dozens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of search terms. And you can actually do an n-gram analysis on all of them search terms and see how often they occur. And do a unigram and a bigram analysis on those search terms. The cool thing with that is what you do over time is you uncover if there are any patterns related to your CPAs or your ROAS for those search terms. Example, like I said, if I were to analyze, does the word Amazon, regardless of where it is in the search term, cause a high CPA in my ad account? I could do a unigram, n-gram analysis of all of my search terms, looking for the word Amazon, and as a result, see if on average, if that unigram is in my search term, does it produce a higher CPA? So I appreciate this is very abstract, but what you basically do is uncover those kinds of trends. And the way you go about this is pretty straightforward. I would simply download all of my search terms within a time frame you want to analyze, and you want to ask ChatGPT for this, because here AI is your friend, and AI will be able to help you figure out if you can find certain n-grams of this quality. So the prompt that you want to use here is attach other search terms for my ad account. Please perform an n-gram analysis highlighting any one-word or two-word n-grams that show significantly higher CPAs than the account average of X, right? Which you can then define, of course, what the account average is. Or show no conversions at all after having spent at least X or Y over all time. Then, actually, it will produce this for your given number of search terms, and it's mega cool. If you then download those search terms, you can very quickly see whether there are certain wasted n-grams within your ad account. So if you are watching the video of this, you will now see me opening the document where I did this with one of our ad accounts. These guys, they basically sell fermented plums, which make you go to the toilet basically better, which I know is really weird. But here we found certain very, very interesting things which we wanted to have a look at to see whether it's worth excluding in the long run. And I've asked it for 1 and 2 word n-grams, and we found, for instance, that we asked ourselves for a long time, there's a big supermarket in Germany called DM. And we looked at search terms for a while and wondered if someone searches for our product and adds the word DM at the end or within the sentence, does it actually produce ridiculous CPAs, and should it be a negative keyword? As it turns out, it shouldn't, right? So as it turns out, it actually has an acceptable CPA regardless of where that word is in the sentence. And over time, it's spent 1,800 and has actually had a very, very good CPA. So we're keeping that in there, which is really, really cool. In fact, even when we have the word plum and DM in the sentence as a byword, as a bigram, then the account CPA is really, really low. The overall CPA is really low even, which is really cool. We also uncovered, for instance, that if you have the same analysis for the word where, for instance, or where, what, etc., it appears that the account CPA is actually really acceptable, etc. We even looked at one competitor, another direct competitor. There we saw that the CPA is really high, so we had to exclude that competitor now from our ads because it's just wasted ad spend. So we found like a lot of single words and 2-word combinations, which overall in the ad account produce super high CPAs and which should be excluded from the ads. And that's why I would sort of suggest to run this every quarter. to see if you find any cool search terms or search term combinations which over time have accumulated quite a lot of spend and which are producing outlying results in your ad account. So to sum it up, if you want to do some housework, use an n-gram analysis. An n-gram analysis is a word or combination of words broken out by the number of words in that combination. I suggest unigrams or bigrams, so one word combinations, so just one word, or two word combinations as a maximum. From 3 it gets a little bit too complicated and you don't have enough data for that. What you have to do is download your search term data over a given period, I suggest all time, and you let ChatGPT perform that and find some really cool outline results in your ad account. And if you want more tips like that, then simply give the podcast a follow. Also, if you like it, please like and subscribe. If you also are a regular listener, please leave a review if you haven't done so. It really helps the podcast and it helps the campaign. If you have any personal questions, you can always reach out at Jeremy Young Google Ads on LinkedIn or send me an email at jeremy@younganddigital.marketing. You can also book a one-to-one consultation with us via the website younganddigital.marketing. We have some spaces coming up in September for new clients. So if you need Q4 preparation done properly, if you need to brush up your Google Ads account to a level where you think you can make the most of it in the next half a year, please reach out. We also have some one-to-one spaces opening up because we have just hired and we've got more capacity within the agency. So get in touch if you need any help. This has been Jeremy Young, your personal Google Ads expert, and I wish you a happy and productive week ahead.
Thank you for listening to Google Ads Unleashed. To connect with Jeremy, check him out online at www.younganddigital.marketing. We'll see you next time.